Hey guys, all right, updates since my last video, and this is what happened. So they moved CBC, which is my Innocence, got its own personality. It got so big, they moved it to my back because it wouldn't fit in my heart or whatever. He's actually in the illusion, okay, a different illusion than this illusion. They're different reality illusion, this world. He's separate from my soul. That's what that means. So when I ask, where's CBC located? He's in the illusion. The meat world illusion or astral world or what? How does this work? Turns out he's with them more or less. Like my soul is in my body. He's separate from my soul, but he's still strung to my soul. So he's on my back. So I went to the Regent priest, and in my last video, I figured that out. The Christ came, the one I'm working with, and he had a little girl with him, just like CBC for me, but she was detached. I didn't know this at the time. They attached her to me besides CBC on my back. I woke up and spent 4 days, maybe more, 4 or 5 days, with her voice screaming in my head. I couldn't hear nothing else. She amplified every voice. It was brutal. It was brutal. At the same time, I had mental telepathy going on. There was a Turns out there was a girl for months. Now I think it was different girls. Christine can do my ex spirit girlfriend for my soul. She gave me mental telepathy. Priestess did mental telepathy on me. Now there's another girl doing mental telepathy on me. This girl's different, and I thought she was from the cult, the Christ. He wasn't a Christ. He came in to help me. He had a little girl with him, and she was giving me mental telepathy. The priest took all that away. Christ came with another girl and put her in my back. But before he put her in my back, he put her inside me. She was inside screaming. They took her out. They put her on my back. And inside was like two days before I started getting my gun and going fucking batshit crazy in my head. Just the noise was overwhelming. And I didn't know what was going on. Turns out they told me, the Regent priest and Christ told me that they put her in me so I could take care of her. They needed a host, a physical host. Turns out the host that was with her, however this works, she was born from somebody else. And she's innocent, totally, a little baby. A baby, really, like newborn baby almost. I've had other experiences with this type of subject. They took her and put her in me because she needs to be like CBC. My innocence, baby, growing from me, from my heart. Well, he got too big and they put him in my back, connected to the spine, and that amplified. Girl comes along, they put her there, so now CBC's got a friend to hang out with. I guess I don't know, fucking know. My spine right to my head, screaming, and I just got done the priestess. I've been in the Regent priest kingdom or castle or whatever the hell it is for 3 weeks straight. And these guys never tell the truth. It took me days to get to the truth. I finally get to it. Maybe what they told me for 3 days was the truth, but they tell me different reasons why they did it. They never give you one. They give you 20. Pick one. But they're all true. So there was deception going on from them because they didn't want to know. I finally, when I picked up my gun, I was going to pull her. I was going to cut her out. Christ said she came from another person like you. That person cut her out of himself. Like I could take CBC and cut him off me, literally cut him away. Well, I guess whoever owned the baby cut it out of them because she was driving them nuts. Either in the spirit world or someone in the physical did it. Christ got a hold of it and they needed a donor. So I was a donor. And I was like, after 3 days of hell, he finally told me, I go, why didn't you just tell me that from the beginning? Would have saved me a lot of problems. I go, dude, I would love to be your donor, but I am going insane. This girl's driving me nuts. Okay. What they did was CBC. Now I got 2 CBCs that came from me. An older one, really old, in the spirit world, lives in St. Lucian, is training to be a Christ. You train to be a Christ by doing and receiving the lessons. Okay. By Christ. You once you memorize all the lessons, and they're easy, don't do anything bad mostly, but it takes you like years to get it. Once you become a Christ, you're a Christ. So he's training to become a Christ. That's cool. They took her one night and put her on CBC. So now CBC's got her in St. Lucian. So he's the donor. So they don't really need, they wanted to use me, but it was driving me crazy. So they took her out, and hooked him up to CBC. So now he's got his baby he can take of, and I got CBC. And I go, why don't they were gonna take? I go, why did you put CBC in my back? They go, I go, why can't you give CBC to CBC baby to CBC adult? And they go, he's not developed enough yet. Now Tina was going to take him, but she didn't. They put him in CBC, the guy, and the spirit. So they couldn't take my innocence. I go, why? He goes, he's not developed yet, so he's staying put. And I go, fine, I can live with it. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. Maybe just the way he works. I don't know. We get along good. I don't barely hear anything. But as soon as that girl came, wow. It's like the volume level went from 2 to fucking 10 in my head. And that was it. Plus, I had this new mental telepathy from out of the blue talking to me. So I was all confused. It took me 2 weeks to sort this out. Turns out CBC, he's not developed. I go, what's wrong? What the fuck? What do you mean he's not developed? He goes, he can't see. The guy can talk like unbelievable. Better than I can. That's for damn sure. And he's explaining things to Christ and the Regent priest and proper English protocols or whatever it's called. I don't know. Just the way it would. Like he uses really specific words I don't even think of. I'm like, where the hell does he get that from my soul? Wait, so anyway, ego, soul, heart, well, he's got all that going for him. Turns out his one problem is his vision. He can't see. his eyes haven't been developed yet. His vision, his eyes. However that works with a soul being born, I don't know. He says he can't. All he sees is colors. That's why he's with the Regent priest. But the Regent priest has been lying to me. They stuck this girl, and maybe because the girl can see, CBC can't. So they figured maybe she could help him see just by joining, coming closer. Actually, yeah, I went over this in the last video. They were going to incorporate the two CBCs together as one person, but they decided against it. So I still got CBC. Now, onto the mental telepathy. This girl has been fucking driving me nuts, okay? And it's in your head, literally in your brain, and it's whispering. And it, with noises and frequencies, like turn the fan on here. I got a fan. Turn it on, and you can hear her. And she's talking shit you never heard of before. You're not even thinking. It's totally outside yourself. It's driving me nuts. And it's outside yourself, but it's also inside your brain. And it's killing me, man. It's killing me. I didn't know it at the time, but the girl that amplified everything was amplifying her. Plus all the noises in my apartment, the fridge running, the refrigerator, the fan, amplified it even more. Holy fuck. Anyway, she wasn't leaving anytime soon. I went after her with a gun, and she told me what's going on. What the priests were doing, they wanted to know my ego perceptions, actions, and reactions, and how I thought, my thought processes, and what those things were. And it would take 2 weeks. So she was with me, inside of me, in my brain, trying to figure out my ego and how it works with spirit and how it works when I react to other spirits, and what happened to me when it happened, where my skins blew up. So the big discovery they want is they want to know how. So they give me all these dreams every night and every day, testing these things. And I had to go to sleep, take my mind into St. Lucian, which happens naturally. I can't get away from it. St. Lucian, the illusion, spirit world, interact with them. But they wanted to see where my rage comes from. I go, well, when a spirit, one of you guys, is raping me, and I see it here, when I lay down and go to bed, I go into the spirit world. I'm half there, and I'm quasi half there all the time. And I can just go there whenever I want. So when I'm getting shanked or my toes are being cut off, my ego goes into self-defense mode. I look, I can see, and there's a guy standing there with a fucking pair of scissors cut my toes off, or raping me, or whatever. I know how to create things. I create a gun, and I shoot the fucker. It's that simple. The Regent priests want details. They wanted details. So it's been 2 weeks with this headhunter ESP chick whispering in my fucking ear. It's like a cockroach eating your brain, and there's nothing you can do. The only reason I didn't shoot myself in the head was because I knew she was leaving eventually. So, with that said, that's what I've been doing 2 weeks. Now, and it turns out yesterday, it all ended. They got what they wanted. They were applauding me. They were consoling me and taking care of me to the hospital and everything, making sure I'm all good, fixing up all the tears and things. Then everything stopped, just like that. So they were true. I got no voices. in my brain. During all that, I woke up one morning. Christ is there, and he goes, "I hope you got your note." I hope he goes. I hope he goes. Get your notepad. The Queen information is coming in. The Queen's information is coming in. I'm gonna get more. There's a lot more coming. He told me, but the stuff I did get, this is what I got. And this is not accusations. This is proof. So wherever she is in the spirit world, she's not allowed in any Christian oriented cities, kingdoms, or anything like that. She's stuck in the illusion, which is probably a prison. Regent, like I have to go to the illusion. I leave St. Illusion and go to the illusion. When I'm in the illusion, I can see the Regent priest because they got a great big room there, and it's basically a room within outer space, like a space station. That's the way you can interpret it. But it's the astral world. It's not even a world, it's the astral. They got a big, giant kingdom, castle. Thousands of priests and regents live. And not just here, over North America, it's over St. Illusion, but it's in the illusion. Anyway, besides that, that's where the Queen is. She's just probably stuck in one of them places. I don't know exactly where. They didn't tell me. Holy shit. Did you hear this? He goes on and tells me, oh shit, that's the wrong paper. He goes on and tells me, all right, let me see this. I don't know what this one part means, but in the 1930s, so she would have been a kid. I don't know. I didn't figure out her age. I don't even know how old she was when she died in 90 something. And she had to pick out as a kid, lined up. They got a whole bunch of people lined up. She went along. Now I don't know how they did this. I don't know how they got her to do this. I don't know if it was a sacrifice for a sacrifice or anything like that. They made her pick 16 people out that she liked. Okay. And those people were killed. Now, what I'm feeling from Jesus Christ is he didn't get into semantics. He didn't get into details. When she was a kid in the 1930s, he said 30s, so that's like World War II or something. She had to pick 16 people out of a whole bunch of people, and they were to be killed. So she was a kid. I think it was a grooming process as she was a kid. I think they groomed her. And then they took those people and killed them. Outright killed them. So I think it was a grooming process. Maybe they used that for a sacrifice or sacrifice. Also, it says, I don't know if this is part of it, but I think it is. I was half out of it, going crazy when I wrote this down, half asleep. I mean, your fucking pen don't work, you know. Of course not. Anyway, she chose people to be killed. She didn't like them. Oh, no, this is separate. Okay. The next thing they got from her was, there was more, but I didn't get it all. So that was one event in the 1930s. The next event was she had to choose people. She's sitting in her wherever kingdom or her fucking palace. If she didn't like someone, Have him killed. Look at the mailman pissed, kick the dog. You son of a bitch. Right? That's what she does. She just points to her fucking assassin guy and says, that's him. She did that to people she didn't like. To people she didn't like. And had them killed. And they were tortured. I heard that. I don't know if I went over this the last time or I forgot to write it down. But she had to eat people. Now, I don't know the details because Christ said she ate people. She cannibalized people, which means the people in the rituals or the sacrifices they did, it was a certain ritual sacrifice where she had to take a piece of meat from the bodies and eat it and consume it. And she did that. I don't know how many times. That's the one thing I don't know. But she did that to a lot of people. And she did it to different nationalities, like Oriental people, white people, black people. They all, and Chris said that. She basically ate every nationality, every race of, Caucasian, black people, Oriental people, Native people. She consumed it. I don't think she just sat there and like gnawed on a leg, but then she took pieces and ate it. That was true too. She did that. These are not accusations. Like my last two videos I did, those were accusations. It's hardcore fact. They got it. Chris told me it's a fact. So there you go. To me, gospel. It's fucking gospel. They don't make this shit up. They want to know. They don't even report this in St. Lucian to the public until it's all said and done. All right. So I'm getting inside information, which is cool. And I don't get it all, like details and stuff like that. I got 10 kids. I asked Chris about that, and he goes, he goes, they're all dead. He goes, the kids from Kamloops, they're all dead. The native kids from Kamloops, they're all dead. He goes, no details yet, but don't look good. So I don't know. He ain't got no details on it yet, but he says they're all dead. He went and checked that out. So he ain't got no details yet. Now you gotta understand, when everybody dies, they don't go to St. Lucian, okay? They go to the astral. And there's a billion fucking places in the astral. And if you're not Christian, you ain't getting, Christ has no authority over you. You can do whatever you want. So for me, here, I'll give you an example. For me, I'm a Christian. I live with Christ. I go to St. Lucian, which is democratic. Everything goes more or less. You can some places you can carry guns, some places you can't. And there's 5 regions to St. Lucian. Each region is controlled by a different party of fucking bureaucrats and politicians, but it's not set up evil like here on Earth. It is. There's still a dialectic going on, the black and the white, the right and the left. You know what I mean? Forward or fucking dodge. None of that. Like sports teams. Everything's goddamn competition. It's not so much like that, but people still play it off like that. And that's what Christ is pissed off me. He's trying to get me out of that mindset. And I'm doing pretty good. I learned it. Now I can see it for what it is. But anyway, so I can go down and in lower astral, which is on the earth, astral on the earth, and hang out with my native friends. They're all there. They come and see me. Christ actually took me to them people from my native past life who are dead, who are living still as ghosts on the earth, more or less, souls, and they do rituals on me. I think I made videos about it. But yeah, Rich needs to go back to his tribe for a week, so I'll hang out with them, and I'll hang out with them for a while because it's a part of me, man. I need that, and so you don't believe it. You didn't even believe it, and then I'll go back to Christ, so it's all good. Both parties are happy. You know, this is where you want to be. This is where you want to be, man. I go down there, get to the earth, hang out, meet my old friends, hang out, get drunk, whatever. Then I go back to St. Lucian, fight the Regent priest. Anyway, so it's like that, you know what I'm saying? You can come and go as you want. The other day, I got mad. Where you going? I'm flying over the ocean. I'm going, where are you going? I'm going, Scotland. What the hell for? Because you're fucking driving me nuts here. I've had it. I'm sick. I was ready to fucking go nuts. So I decided I'm going to Scotland and sleep on the beach. Because I couldn't sleep in St. Lucian. So anyway, the imposter Christ. So you can do that. You know, you fly to Scotland. It ain't Scotland proper. Like I'm up 3 levels, but it's still quasi the same. You fly to Scotland, and all the Scottish people live there now. I'll talk Scottish, and then I'll hang out. I can go to Holland. I can go here. It's basically what's on the earth is there, but it's a little different. And I'm talking from a Christianity perspective, like America, Canada. Okay? Same problems, same issues. Where we have priests taking care of everything, they have priests there. They have churches, they have priests, they have mustard priests, fucking all the same bullshit. But they have Jesus Christ running a church. Okay? You don't see Jesus Christ in a church here on earth. St. Lucian, they got Jesus Christ sitting in there, which is a part of the whole, which is part of Christ consciousness. From down below all the way up into the light and past. And they all they're just like us, but they're with Christ consciousness. The whole embodiment. If you don't know what I mean, The Walking Dead, Negan. Totally the same fucking thing. I'm Negan. Christ goes, I'm Jesus Christ. 10 billion Jesus Christ. I'll sit there and go, I'm Jesus Christ. And you're like, no, you're not. You're fucking Larry with fucking pop bottle glasses on. Fucking, that's why you call yourself Jesus Christ, because I'm Jesus Christ. It's fucking weird, man. That's the way it is, though. That's the way it is. So that's why I have problems in my head. Where's Jesus Christ? Oh, he's right beside you. No, he ain't. I mean, the one over there. The other guy. The guy with the fucking mohawk. All right? You know what I mean? You don't believe it, man. I met a Jesus Christ that looked like the hippie. The hippie that died. John Lennon or whatever his name was. Exactly like him. It wasn't him, though. Anyway, guys, so I want to make this little report of what's going on with me and souls, my spirit world craziness. It's a crazy guy that had a persona, the cult leader guy, who had a little girl with him, a separate personality, whatever. He fell in love with me and wants to be me to be his boyfriend. It ain't gonna happen. He's chasing me right now. I gotta stay in St. Lucian. He got sentenced, and until his trial comes, he got cast into the illusion. So it's true. He's not allowed in the same illusion. So I leave the Regent priest here in the illusion, which is a safe place in the illusion, and I go straight to Saint Illusion. When I go to sleep, I'm bound to Saint Illusion. Unless they're taking me to the Regents or to Christ's house or somewhere else, I can't just go to sleep and hang out in the illusion anymore. I gotta be somewhere. Because that guy can go, wow, when he's right on me. Happened last night. Which is a son of a bitch. Oh. But nothing happened, so I went to the Legion. I went to the Regent priest first. They told me you can't sleep in the illusion anymore. You have to go to Saint Illusion. He's waiting for you. So they checked me out, made sure I was okay. And I was. Then they said, well, go to the Legion. Talk to them. Maybe they can threaten this guy enough to where he leaves you alone. So I went there. Tina and Grace were talking to the Legion. Grace, the soldiers, and all that stuff going on there. One of the higher ups came out, found fucking the guy, because he's hanging around. I love you, Richard. I love you. I love you. I'm like, yeah, well, you know what? And then they went and had a talk. He said, you can't do this shit. That's the way it is. And I don't know what they said, but hopefully I was awake by this time. Hopefully, but I'm still stuck in illusion. So goes on, man. Never stops. Anyway, I'm just glad the Regents are done with me. Holy shit, that was a rough ride, boy. Holy fuck. Rough one. I didn't think I'd make it. I thought I was gonna fucking die. Or lose my fucking mind. I go, this is gonna end, eh? You're gonna, because if I have to live like this, I ain't a fucking OD on pills, so I'm fucking done. There's no way I'm going to a mental institution to let them fuckers rape me while I'm drugged up. Fuck that. Anyway, worked out pretty good. No voices, no mental telepathy, everything's. And all mellow again. Alright, guys. That's what's happened to me since the last video. Later.